Hi, I'm Si.
And I'm Al, and we're two men in a motor, except we're not in a motor, we're in our living rooms while I'm under the stairs, because we're still in
Lockdown.
lockdown. Right, so hello, welcome to Two Men in a Motor, and in case you wonder, we used to be Full Beam. We decided to change our name and change the look on YouTube and our social media. We just felt that the Full Beam didn't really reflect, as a name, didn't really reflect what we do or who we are. We're two men in a motor. As you've seen our videos, you'll see it's just us two in a car.
Yeah.
And in the future, we want to do that again, but in different cars. So it just suits us more. It's more of the title suits more as well as to what we actually talk about. We love cars, we love motoring, but we're not car nerds.
No.
We're not going to talk about engines or
You won't see us greasing nuts and
wheel
making
bearings or none of that.
coil springs. No.
We'll talk about some idiot we saw in a car the other day or an experience we've had. So we just felt that this suits us a bit more. What do you think, so?
Yeah, Al, I think you're absolutely right there, mate, and really well put. We just, again, lockdown's been good for some things, hasn't it? And we had the time available to us to look at everything that we were doing. And even from the logo, from the Full Beam logo, it was just a black circle with Full Beam in the middle. It didn't give you guys, the people watching, the people listening, the people subscribing, it didn't give you an idea as to what we were or who we were. So now the logo's changed. The logo is obviously me and Al with two men in the motor underneath it, so you get to see our lovely faces. It's far more brighter. It's automatically a more inviting channel logo. And also, I was sick of clicking on videos about light bulbs when I was trying to find my own channel on YouTube. So this fits much better. And Al is absolutely right. You know, we absolutely love cars. We love motoring. It's not just cars, trucks, wagons, trains, planes, whatever. We love all that kind of stuff. But I am no car nerd. I can't take an engine out. I can't replace spark plugs or this, that, and the other. That is not me. You're not going to get me breaking it down week on week on week of the changes I've made to my car. But I absolutely love cars. I love the look of them. I love performance. I love seeing them. I love driving them. I love sitting in them. And also, me and Al spend a lot of time together. You know, as mates and work colleagues and everything else. We're always in cars and different modes of transport. Al often gives me a lift home, and it's a way of being inclusive and including you guys, and hopefully that you like watching us talk about, like Al said, experiences and everything else. And you know, don't think that we're not doing hard work to constantly improve the channel either. You know, we are always making contact with local car dealerships. We're always making contact with main dealers and everything else to try and get into those kind of dealerships and start being in different cars. It still will be two men in a motor, but hopefully we can bring you some brilliant motors in the future. So if you are one of our subscribers who's been with us since the start, we really, really appreciate your support. And we just wanted to give you a bit of a heads up as to why we've changed from Full Beam to two men in a motor. And we really, really hope that you enjoy the new format, you enjoy the new look. Al's worked really, really hard on making our videos look more professional. There's always a great thumbnail. We've got a banner photo. We've got a logo. There's always a description to the videos. So we are really, really working hard every day to make better content for you guys and to make a two men in a motor community that we'd love you to be part of. So thank you for your continued support. And also thank you to the new guys and the new people who are viewing this for the very first time. We really, really do appreciate it, and we'd love you to subscribe and to be part of this.
All of what Si said there, really. All of what you said. Plus, we're getting a website because every good car podcast has a website. That should be this week sometime. I'll give you a heads up on it. Okay. But yeah, what Si said. Please just like and subscribe and tell your mates about us and just have a laugh with us, really, you know.
Again, Al's hit the nail on the head there. You know, we're all in lockdown. We can't see our friends and our family. We can't socialise on a Friday, Saturday night down the pub or the boozer or wherever you go. But this the aim of this is to be like a gathering, to be like a group of guys, a group of people who have the same kind of thoughts and opinions as us, and we'll talk about it, we'll rant about it, we'll argue about it, I'm sure, and you guys can listen and come along for the ride. So again, thank you.
You don't have to have the same ideas or opinions or thoughts. You just have to. You can listen to us and just laugh. And hope you enjoy it. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, guys, I just want to say that in lockdown, everybody is welcome. This is Si and Al's safe space. So far and wide, you're all welcome. Come into Two Guys in a Motor, Two Men in a Motor.
2 Men in a Motor, even Simon, get the name right. Dear God.
Sorry. 2 Men in the Motor.
Well,
it's a safe place. We're going to rant, we're going to bitch, we're going to have a laugh, we're going to talk about all sorts. Come and join us, especially those of you who have got quarantine haircuts.
We're going to be sensible as well, because I'm in my 50s. I can't rant and bitch all the time. Yeah, quarantine haircuts, look at this one.
Jesus.
What a beaut. That was number 4. I think it's number 5 or 6 now.
It's like someone's drawn a face on a cannonball.
Do I look like Frank Sidebottom again, mate? That's what you always used to call me at work, remember? I'd be tail.
Yeah,
it was uncanny, to be honest, to be fair.
Wow.
Yeah, it's lovely not having to worry about your hair in the morning. You just get up and polish your hair on, and it's great. There's no gel involved. There's no comb if you don't want to. Although I did comb it today and I tried to put a part in, but there's no part there because it's that short. Not like yours. Yours is like.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's the longest I've ever seen that, but it still doesn't look that bad. Mate, how many weeks is it now?
Well, we went to Cape Verde in the middle of Feb.
That's right. Yeah.
And I've had my hair cut at the start of Feb.
That's remarkable.
The start of Feb. You should see me in the morning. If anybody's seen Home Alone, I look like Marv when he's been electrocuted in the first Home Alone.
So if you pulled your hair down, how would it be down there?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
Easy. And it just sticks out.
Anyway, we better talk about cars. This is what we're here for. 2 Men in a Motor. So yeah, we're motoring in lockdown. I mean, I'll be honest. I'm a bit of a Dominic Cummings, but I've driven my car quite a bit, and I shouldn't have done. Only go to my mum's and back for essentials, such as taking a medicine, taking a paper, taking a. What?
I think you should be sat in the garden doing this. I think you should be giving a speech in the garden.
Yeah, I'll have the neighbours question me, why are you getting out your car twice a day for? Who's that getting into your car? Well, I'll just say mind your own business. But now, I mean, I've driven my car quite a bit. I think we're lucky in the sense that Merseyside police haven't been too tough on motorists. Because when I've been out and about driving, you do see the police cars, but they never stop you, or they never look like they're going to stop you. It's not like other police forces. You haven't driven yours at all, have you?
No, mate, no. It's been 12. It must be. It's way over 10 weeks now since I've even sat in our car. And I've got to admit, I am really missing the whole concept of driving and motoring. Again, you know, a lot of people might be new here, and if they are, we started off as full beam, but we've moved into 2 Men in a Motor, and it's more general, and the love and the passion for cars it's not totally specific. But during lockdown, I've really, really missed actually being in a car, in a motor. And I know we messed around and joked at the start about it being our safe space and our haven, but really, to me, my car is my safe space, so to speak. It is my haven. Yeah, I use a lot of public transport. I commute every single day, and as soon as I get on that train going home, I can't wait to get in my car. And even though I don't sit in it like a muppet for 20 minutes before I drive anywhere, I get in it and I drive straight off. But it's that walking to your car, unlocking it, getting in, shutting the door, and just sitting there. And even if it's just for 10 minutes, you're just sat there on your own. There's no other commuters. There's no rowdiness. There's no kids, troublemakers, whatever. You haven't even got your own kids in the back or your own family. It is just you in your car, and it is such a beautiful place.
I agree, mate. I know what you mean. I mean, I've still had that experience go to my mum's and back. I just listen to my audiobooks or put whatever I want on the radio or go in a different way if I want without somebody going, what are you going that way for? It's just nice. I can't possibly say. But I guarantee whichever way I go, it's the wrong way. It doesn't matter which one I pick. I'll pick a certain way to go, and you'll go, where are you going this week for? It's just the way you said to go last time. So I'm going this way.
He's behind you.
Oh, went then. God, I went then. Oh, man, don't ever do that to me again. I'm telling you. Oh, God, no. Right, just gonna, these little breaks just to calm down. Yeah, so you've not driven your car, but your missus has driven, hasn't she, because she's been going to work and back? So at least the engine's been getting turned over and stuff.
Yeah, yeah, exactly, Al. It's in daily use, but obviously there are people that have got to go out and turn their cars over and just start them up. I know just in our road, I've seen cars being charged and jump started and stuff that I've sat on driveways for so long. But no, ours has been in daily use, and really, I'm quite envious. I'm quite envious of seeing it go out every day and every morning and being driven back. I haven't even driven it to the shops. I've not been. I have taken lockdown by the letter. I have followed it by the law. And I've been out and got my daily exercise and everything else. I have not been in my car, but it's really starting to show. It's really starting to show, because I really, really do miss it. Even like I said, just putting Spotify on and blasting the music up, or just sitting there. Just the whole thing of just driving. Really, really starting to miss it now. So I was going to ask if you wanted to go on a 260-mile trip to Durham, maybe, mate. If you fancied that, clearly it's allowed.
Not getting involved in that. just, I'm not getting involved in that. But no, there's no but. Let's not get involved in that. I'd have done the same, by the way.
Shut up.
We're not getting involved in this.
All I'm
going to say is, plenty of other politicians have done the same. Somebody drove, I'm going to name names, a famous politician drove to see his dad in Wales.
Not bad.
And another politician drove down from Scotland, I think, to be in a show in London. Nothing was said. As soon as Dominic Cummings does something, everyone goes berserk. I wonder why. Well, let's look into that.
Dominic Cummings had his wife and his child in the car.
No.
I wonder if Dominic's middle name's Dick. I have absolutely no sympathy for him. I laughed out loud when he was being berated in the street by his neighbours. I loved it.
You're just evil. That's a terrible thing to do. Don't forget his son's autistic. So that's what. Oh, right. Let's cut this here. Right. Just no. That poor kid must be petrified. So that's completely wrong.
No. That's wrong, because autistic kids need routine. They don't need to be driven up the motorway for 3 hours. They need to go and stay with somebody else.
They don't like excessive noise either. So all that noise outside the house is not doing him any good.
Exactly. But he's also not the only autistic child in the country.
We'll talk about stating the bleeding obvious. What's that got to do with anything?
So what happens to every other poor autistic kid that's mum and dad's poorly during lockdown?
Oh, all right. We're not going to agree on this, are we? I just think, at the end of the day, I don't care, really.
No,
I don't care. I think there's more poor things to get worried about.
Exactly. The thing that you got to understand is now is that you've been lied to every single day since lockdown.
Don't start.
You have.
Don't. All right, I know that's loosely to do with driving, but let's get it off it now.
Okay, so I can't take you up the M6 for a picnic at Barnard Castle.
You can take me up the M6 whenever you want, mate.
It's a deal.
Just give me 5 minutes to get ready. Okay. So we're going to talk about now. What have you missed during lockdown? So I mean, I know you've actually missed driving itself, but the actual act of motoring, what have you missed? Like, have you missed drive-thrus, anything like that?
Oh, you know me, I love fast food. Um, yeah, I have. And again, kids and stuff, and especially my little girl, she's been so patient. She's desperate for a little Happy Meal or whatnot, but she understands, obviously. Um, but yeah, again, just that freedom just to get in the car, go to a drive-through, pick up a Mackey's, and take it home. I have certainly missed that, and KFC is my personal preference, but nobody seems to be opening up in Liverpool. What's that about?
There is, mate. There is. Starbucks is open. I know it's only a coffee, but
I don't want a coffee, do I?
do you know what? Starbucks is open tonight, and it's on Edge Lane, and the queue is going. The queue is back out onto Edge Lane. It causes a traffic jam on Edge Lane because of the queue. Why would you queue for a coffee?
Exactly, but why would you queue for anything? I've seen videos that have gone viral, and I know it's been retweeted on our social media and everything else. But why would you go and sit in a McDonald's drive-through queue for what, 2-3 hours, maybe more?
Well, when Burger King first opened again, I think it was last week. It was somewhere. I think it might be in Cheshire or somewhere, but the queue was that bad. They actually made it onto a traffic report on the radio.
Yes, yeah,
Didn't
blocking
it?
up motorways, junctions, and everything.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, if I got to that first window of McDonald's after a 3-hour wait, and they said, "I'm sorry, the McFlurry machine's broken," it would be like falling down.
You say that anyway. Say that you've been in the queue 2 minutes, like, oh, sorry, there's no McFlurry's. Like, oh, God's sake.
And I've got a queue. I've been in it for 3 hours.
And I imagine
Can
that.
you imagine being in it for 3 hours and getting to that window, finally going, "Sorry, there's no special burgers. There's only this." The only thing you can have is a fillet of fish and a bitty Tropicana. I would flip. I would go bang big time. I tell you, I'd be off.
I'd be saying, what have you done of all your stock when you've been shut? No one's been eating your stuff in the fridges. Don't be telling me you've run out because no one's been eating it.
Oh, you can see what happened, can't you?
Yeah.
And there'd be some spotty little greasy teenager like, "No, I'm sorry, we can only have a fillet. I don't want one. I want the biggest burger you do and a share box of nuggets and make it snappy."
I'm not moving till I get it. Make me.
So, have you missed McDonald's or drive-thrus or fast food or eating in your car or anything like that?
I don't like eating in my car, mate. I don't like it because it goes everywhere, and my car's messy enough as it is about having crumbs everywhere. I don't like that. I haven't missed McDonald's at all, really, because we don't often go there. I've had loads of takeaways because I've actually put weight on. I'm over 14 stone now.
Jesus, mate. You need an HGV license soon.
Well, fella my height, 14 stone isn't a good look, really. And I had the best of intentions. At the start of this lockdown, was it 10 weeks now? I was going, right, I'm going to do exercise, I'm going to make half an hour a day, I'm going to get on the exercise bike. I put weight on because I'm pathetic.
Yeah. But again, this is your safe space, also. You can say that here. Nobody judges you. Nobody judges you.
I can say that I've honestly enjoyed every piece of food I've ate these last 2 weeks. I've been loved it. Loved it.
What cup size are you now?
What
cup size are you now?
You measured again. Don't I? You measured again, mate. Guess there must be at least a C now.
So you've driven your car more than I have, Al.
Yes, mate, I have. Okay. I'm bad, I know, but
you are bad, Al.
To the bone. Go on.
But I just wondered, while you've been out so often and you've been going to your mum's and the shops and everything else, picking prescriptions up and whatnot, I just wondered if you'd seen anything, let's say, untoward or unusual. Have you seen any social gatherings being dispersed or anything such like?
I'll say, funny you should say that. No, I'm not seeing anyone being dispersed or anything like that. But I have seen something a bit odd. Now, I got the explanation for this second-hand, so it could be wrong, but it sounds right. Okay, so up the road from us there's a roundabout. It's a normal suburban roundabout, okay, so it's fairly big. It's got 4 exits. One corner you've got a pub. The other corner, if you like, there's a row of shops, which you come off the roundabout and go to turn right into the row of shops, okay. Now, in front of the row of shops, you can either park right in front of them, so you're parking facing out on the road, or there's a wrought iron metal fence which you can park facing. I'm gonna put a picture up, and you'll see what I mean when I do this. But anyway, I'm just describing it. So you've got the roundabout to your right, row of shops. You can park in front of the shops or facing a fence. Okay.
Yeah.
And the fence obviously blocks you off from going onto the roundabout or the road. Okay. So I'm driving up there. It was a few weeks ago now, actually. When you see the photo, you'll see the roundabout, and where the fence is, there's a gap in the fence. And where the gap is, there's 2 of those horrible, those orange plastic barriers you get that they put around to do the gas mains and stuff.
Yeah.
There's 2 of those where where a part of this fence used to be, part of these railings used to be.
Right? Be good.
It is. So you're thinking, well, how did they get there? And how did that hole get there? What happened? So I'm driving up there the other day, and as I'm driving towards the roundabout, there's 4 police people, because there was 1 police lady there, right? So it was 4 policemen and 3 policemen, 1 policewoman, right? And a police car blocking the roundabout. And there was a Golf. It looked like a GTI, or it could have been, what's the one called? I've forgotten. Golf R. I keep wanting to feed myself all the time. It's Golf R, isn't it? It's, one of the high performance Golfs anyway. It wasn't a normal Golf. On the roundabout.
On it?
On the island itself. Right? And this isn't like a little mini roundabout. This is a big roundabout with plants, and there's trees in the middle of it, and
no
it's
way.
On the roundabout. It's like, right, what's happened there? So went to the shop, parked up, and the girl in the shop had seen it all. And what happened was, the fella had driven into the roads in front of the shops, right? He hit another car. Then he did a 90-degree turn, drove through the railings,
no,
across the road and onto the roundabout.
What was he doing?
What was he doing? Now, when you see the photo, you'll see how little space is involved. And you're thinking, how did you get that much speed up in that little space to get through the railings in the first place? Because that's what it is. Our cat almost. And that's pretty amazing in the first place. How did he get that much speed to get through the railings?
Exactly.
Then it's like, how did he not hit any other car going around the roundabout? He was lucky there was no other cars.
Yeah.
Part of his explanation was he panicked and hit the wrong pedal.
No.
So he panicked and put his foot on the gas instead of braking.
Was he old?
I don't think so, no. It doesn't explain why it doesn't explain why he did the sharp right.
No.
You think he just zoom out on the road, but like that, and foot on the gas through railings. It's incredible.
No way, to a roundabout.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's bonkers.
But it's scary, because if he'd been driving around that roundabout at that time, he'd just hit you at speed.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't know what happened to him. I hope he got the key thrown away, to be honest, yeah. But I don't know what happened to him. So that's the funny thing I've seen anyway. I've not seen anything else really odd.
No, I've not seen anything personally, but did you see the footage of the fella in New York that was high as a kite on drugs, and he smashed his Carrera GT?
No.
Do you not see that? No. He had this stunning one of a kind Porsche Carrera GT hypercar, absolutely brilliant car. Yeah. It was like a topazzy blue. And again, I don't know the ins and outs of it, but apparently he was very high on drugs. And there's video footage of him absolutely flooring this Porsche through New York. And then all of a sudden there's a massive bang, loads of skids, crash marks, everything else, glass. And another camera angle, somebody else filming it on their mobile phone, actually caught the moment of impact. And he rear-ended this stationary car obliterated the front end, but reversed out of the wreckage and drove off. And there was bits of Porsche Carrera GT carbon fiber and Porsche expensive bits just strewn all over the pavement and the sidewalk in New York. The truck, the van that it hit was just absolutely totaled. But he went off. But apparently he was absolutely gone on drugs. And then there's just footage of him just hitting other things and other cars and other stationary vehicles until ultimately the car, I think, just stopped. But yeah, he's got like £1 million car and he just absolutely ruined it.
I wonder if he knows. I wonder if he's realised what he's done. He still hasn't realised.
Woke up the next morning, where's my Porsche GT gone? Whose Porsche GT is that on the news? Looks like mine.
Imagine that. Blimey.
Crazy.
Oh, man.
Absolutely bonkers.
Right, so obviously F1's going to start again soon, we hope. And there's been a few moves in the meantime. Vettel is off, but we don't know where to.
About time.
yeah, about time, that's for sure. Ferrari are going to be good. Well, you know, Leclerc and Sainz is a great signing.
Yeah, yes and no for me. I think Ferrari have most definitely future-proofed. I think they've done a great thing with Leclerc and Sainz. I'm made up. Vettel's gone. I'm not saying I was never a supporter of Vettel. Yes, he was. But what do you reckon? Out the last 2 seasons, maybe he's just not been at the races at all, has he? Maybe even longer.
I can say quite safely I was never a supporter of Vettel. I just never liked him. I always thought I've said this before in our podcast, our old podcast. I've said this before, but I think it's true. He was never ever himself. He was always in his head just a wannabe Schumacher, and there's no point in doing that.
No,
there's no point in doing that.
Nope.
So never liked him. Go on.
But you know, he's been doing really weird things for a few seasons now. You know, when he went into the side of Hamilton under a safety car at Azerbaijan or wherever it was. You know, crashes with his teammates, crashes with people like way down the field. When he crashed into, not Lando, the other lad, the Canadian Stroll. He crashed into the side of Stroll again, like there was no pressure there. He's just been doing really weird things, and Leclerc's been running rings around him since he joined Ferrari. And finally, well, Ferrari haven't had the balls. Ferrari should have had the balls to make Leclerc the number one driver. But instead of demoting Vettel, they've just got rid of him, haven't they? So yeah. They've done what they need to do in the end. Leclerc is most certainly the number one driver. I think Sainz is young enough now again to really come a long way. I'm not a massive fan of Ricciardo. I'll be totally honest with you. He might have one or two decent overtakes and a great smile and Aussie charm, but he's not a racing driver for me. But I do think Ricciardo and McLaren is a really good fit. I think Ricciardo, Lando Norris, and McLaren could be a really good point scoring relationship, and you know that maturity could rub off on Lando as well. But can Lando feel like he's been pushed out? Can his nose be out of joint? Is Lando better than Sainz?
No. Lando will feel pushed out at all. He's still only young. It's only his second or third season.
Yeah, but isn't it only Sainz's second or third season?
Didn't he drive for Alpha or one of them beforehand?
He might have done, but he's not been in it years, has he? He's not been in it 5-6 years.
No, but like I said on Twitter, you disagree. You totally disagreed. I think Sainz is like a Barrichello. I think Sainz is like he's number 2 to Leclerc. He's not going to make any waves. He's not going to make any ripples. He's going to be solid point scoring. He's just somebody that the team and that Leclerc can depend on. They couldn't depend on Vettel. They couldn't depend on Vettel at all. They can depend on Sainz. Sainz is not going to cause any problems.
No, he's not. No, I agree with that, mate. I agree with that. And Ferrari have done exactly what they should have done, because every team needs that. You know,
Yeah.
you look at previous partnerships, and I'll bring Hamilton and Alonso in. Hamilton and Alonso at McLaren was the worst possible thing McLaren could have done. Yes, you got the two best drivers on the grid, but who out of those two multiple-time world championship drivers is going to be number two? Not
Exactly.
going to
Yeah.
happen.
Not gonna
But
happen.
Bottas is the number two driver at Mercedes. Hamilton knows he's the number two. Toto Wolff knows he's the number two. And him himself knows he's number two, mate. So I do totally agree with that.
See,
Leclerc is number one at Ferrari, and Sainz knows it and is happy with it.
I do think it's his. See, I like Ricciardo. See, and I do think he'd have been brilliant at Ferrari, just with the whole image and the flamboyant playboy. Ricciardo's great. He's just like, yeah, I'm a racing driver, baby. Come on with my yacht. Bring your mate as well. You know what I mean? He's one of those, isn't he? He's like, like. We've had no one like that since Jenson Button. You know, just a proper old-fashioned racing driver, but he was just laughs all the time, just knows how lucky he is. Everyone else is just so bloody serious, and he's not. And I think he'd have been great at Ferrari just with the glamour. But you're right, McLaren, he's going to be great, and he's going to teach Lando Norris loads of stuff. It's going to be great there.
I think McLaren, fair enough, I know we've been majorly delayed and everything else with the season, but McLaren finished strong. McLaren are certainly not back where they were 10, 15 years ago, but they have certainly made massive strides forward. And you can see it being a real battle between them and Red Bull. Again, I think Mercedes and Ferrari are going to be way out in front, but Red Bull and McLaren, I think, could be battling for third in the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah.
Easy.
Definitely. McLaren have been fantastic. If you said to Williams, give us 50 million quid and you'll be in McLaren's place, he'd take it.
Oh yeah, of course they would. Force India, anyone would take it. But you got to think, like when I grew up, it was all McLaren. It was Ron Dennis. It was McLaren. It was Senna. It was all of that. Again, we spoke about this before. It's like Manchester United. They've totally fallen off their pedestal, but they've rebuilt and are rebuilding now, and they are back. They're not winning races, but they are getting back. They're getting stronger. They are much better than Force India, whatever it's called now. They're much better than Haas, Sauber, Alfa, Renault, the factory Renault team. They are better than all of them. But ultimately, McLaren's aim has got to be getting back on that podium, because that is where they belong.
Yeah, but McLaren to me are like we're just a bit low where Jordan used to be.
Oh, Jordan were garbage.
Jordan weren't garbage. What are you talking about? They weren't garbage. They were great. They're my favourite team at the time.
Deliveries were amazing, but buzzing Hornets instead of Benton and Hedges.
That was awful. I hated that.
But
Jordan were brilliant.
But they never won anything. You cannot put Jordan and McLaren even in the same motorsport.
What I mean is,
Jordan. Your head's massive, but your brain's tiny.
What I mean is, at the time, Jordan weren't going to win a Grand Prix unless something happened to a car above them. I understand that. But they're always dangerous. They're always there or thereabouts. They're always third or fourth. That's what McLaren are now.
I tell you, Heinz-Harald Frentzen, he was a racing driver. I loved him.
Are you just taking a mick now, or is that real? Because I can't say whether you're joking or not.
No, Heinz-Harald Frentzen was a driver. He was a driver, mate, absolutely.
So why didn't he go to anywhere else decent?
I don't know.
Well, that was good. Let's finish that one.
I don't know. In all honesty, I don't know. I don't know if he had an injury, a massive crash. I don't know.
That's Wikipedia, that one.
He was certainly good enough. I feel he was certainly good enough.
Did he go to America or somewhere?
He might. It's like Montoya. I loved everything about Montoya.
Yeah, he was great.
He was so fast. He was flamboyant. He was a bit of a character. You know, and I feel that he went to America way, way, way too soon. But again, team principals don't like flamboyancy. They don't like showmanship and entertainers. They don't like that. They just shift them out. Just go, no, don't want a showman in this team. Don't want anybody rocking the boat on this team.
It wouldn't bother me if they're winning. They're winning. That's how
True.
they win. So it wouldn't bother me. Just goes to prove that we're not nerds, because if we were, we'd know what happened to Howard Fencing. I'm sorry, don't shoot us, whatever.
But
Right,
I need to know how Red Bull managed to keep hold of Verstappen. If there was a race seat at Ferrari, how on God's green earth did Red Bull keep Verstappen at Red Bull?
well, one, he's tied to his contract, so there's always that. Two,
He can't come out of your contract like he can in footy.
yeah,
Could Ferrari not buy him out of his contract?
Yeah, of course you can, but maybe he was too expensive to buy out, because he'd be expensive to buy out, wouldn't he?
But this is Ferrari we're talking about. Surely they could just throw.
Yeah, I know, but there's that. Maybe he doesn't want to move. Maybe he's happy at Red Bull. Maybe he's thinking, I'm still learning. I'm still getting better. Maybe he knows something about the Red Bull car that we don't, and they're going to be very competitive next season. Okay, so there's that. A Red Bull,
I think that might be it.
I hope so. I mean, a Red Bull, he's undisputed number one anyway.
Yeah,
he'd be number one elsewhere maybe, but he is at Red Bull.
Yeah.
Plus, maybe Ferrari were thinking he wouldn't be a good fit with Leclerc. They've got to work together as a team. Maybe they wouldn't be a good team.
Right. Well, I think you're right. I think you're right. Well, I hope you're right about Red Bull being a totally different package, because I would love that, because I don't think it would be Verstappen going, I'm not ready for a move, because he must be looking at Sainz and actually thinking, how is that not me? But you're absolutely right in the fact that, yes, he might cost too much money. I highly doubt it, because I'm sure if Ferrari want you, you go. Doesn't matter, Ferrari are looking at car sales, on the road cars and everything else. They're looking at all that kind of stuff. They see the bigger picture. They'll throw money at something so Ferraris sell. I can't see him thinking it's the right time for Sainz and not me. I don't think that's the reason. So I think Christian Horner has said to him, look, maybe give us one more season, maybe. I don't know. But I think it's very much along the lines of that. Christian Horner's gone to him, maybe gone to his dad and said, look, he's still only a kid. He might be number 2 driver to Leclerc, which we touched on again just previously. Maybe he doesn't want to be number 2. And I think Christian Horner's gone, if you don't win anything this year, mate, if you're not really pushing for the championship, you can go next year.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe. It could be any one of those things. Could be something else altogether.
It could be. You might just love it then.
Yeah, maybe he had a dream to say, stay Red Bull. Maybe he had a dream. Right, mate, I think we're done for this time then. So that's our first one as 2 men in the motor. I enjoyed that. I just can't wait to get back in the car again, really. Just you and me, just hitting each other and stuff, be great. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, everyone. Please remember to subscribe down there somewhere on one of the corners. It's a little YouTube button. And there'll be a big logo coming up shortly you can hit. And also social media side, do you want to go through that?
Yep, Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, Drive Tribe, you name it. We are 2 men in a motor. Hit us up, guys. Instagram as well. Don't forget that. And Tumblr. Yeah, all that. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye, everybody.